Good news, good news. The commander-in-chief is signing off and saying, farewell, I will see you later. Joe Biden is on his way out the door. Or is he the commander-in-chief? Does he even know what's going on? Who was running the show?
Real quickly, Mr. President, can I ask you a question? I cannot answer this from my constituents in Louisiana. Sir, why did you pause LNG exports to Europe? Like, I don't understand, liquefied natural gas is in great demand by our allies. Why would you do that? Because you understand, we just talked about Ukraine. You understand you're fueling Vladimir Putin's war machine.
Yeah.
By the way, the media told us he is not in cognitive decline. Go on.
Because they got to get their gas from him, And he looks at me, stunned with this, and he said, I didn't do that. And I said, Mr. President, yes, you did. It was an executive order, 3 weeks ago. And he goes, no, I didn't do that. And he's arguing with me. I said, Mr. President, respectfully, could I go out here and ask your secretary to print it out? We'll read it together. You definitely did that. And he goes, oh, you talk about natural gas. Yes, sir. He said, no, you misunderstand. He said, what I did is I signed this thing we're gonna conduct a study on the effects of LNG. I said, no, you're not, sir. You paused it. I know. I have the export terminals in my state. I talked to those people this morning. This is doing massive damage to our economy, national security.
So, Professor, would you say it's time for everyone to panic?
Yes, I would, Ken.
Yeah, basically, you signed whatever they put in front of your face.
It occurred to me, Barry, he was not lying to me. He genuinely did not know what he had signed. And I walked out of that meeting with fear and loathing because I thought, we're in serious trouble. Who is running the country? I don't know who put the paper in front of him, but he didn't know.
The same media that told you that he wouldn't pardon his family.
This guy is the true Gord. You'll find him on YouTube. I'll put the link for him down below.
He was asked directly, and he has said he wouldn't pardon his son.
Have you ever heard of somebody getting a preemptive pardon who was innocent of all crime? Who's just an innocent person? Have you ever heard of that? Just somebody getting a blanket pardon and they're an innocent person?
But no, it's the president's own family.
If you haven't done anything wrong, you sit there and go, what do you need a preemptive pardon for?
If he gets convicted,
Let's wait and see what happens if he loses.
Yeah, but he said it.
And this is one of our highly trained professionals at work. Yeah, but he said it. He would never lie. He said he would never pardon his son. Why wouldn't you believe it?
Said it must be true. That's how it works. He's president. He wouldn't lie.
Major commitment from the president, accepting the outcome of the trial and also pledging not to pardon his son.
No. You go ahead. You keep listening to NBC, CBS, ABC. Keep listening to these lies. Keep it up. Yeah, let's keep it up.
It takes new weight when we see what Trump is saying about the outcome of his trial, what we're hearing from other Republicans who say they don't accept the jury's verdict here in New York.
The contrast is profound. To sit there and say, well, I'm not going to intervene in the legal process, and I wouldn't pardon my son. One side, Democrats and Joe Biden protecting the justice system.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Well, thank God. Joe Biden is protecting the justice system. He just signed off on a pardon for, I think, 1,500 or 2,000 people.
Joe Biden granted clemency to nearly 1,500 Americans, commuting 1,499 sentences and pardoning 39 individuals. This was the largest single-day grant of clemency in modern U.S. history.
Here's the problem. If you're not guilty, why do you need a pardon?
The United States has so much respect for the law that he has said he would not pardon his son.
Of course, not everyone is an idiot.
I mean, again, it's all about the contrast.
President Biden saying, I will respect whatever this jury decides,
That's
versus
right.
Donald Trump after he was convicted on 34 counts, saying the entire system is rigged against him.
Oh, yeah. All these people now have to eat crow, if you know what eat crow is. All of these are shrills for the government. Who knows? CIA assets behind the scene. If they're not, they're just dumb. These are just talking heads. They read what's put in front of them. They don't believe it, And even if it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever's put in front of them, they read it. Basically, these are what you call the scribes.
Your latest attack has been that Joe Biden has politicized and weaponized the DOJ, right? That was the whole argument around Donald Trump's conviction. And this week, of course, Hunter Biden was found guilty, and Joe Biden has very clearly said he would not pardon his son, he would not commute his sentence.
Oh, no. He would never do that. No, he's not going to do that. No. And his entire family? No, he would never do that. Right.
How stark is this difference? I mean, how can Republicans keep making this argument now that Joe Biden has really put it out there?
I could watch more of this. There's a lot more. There's a lot more of this. But point made, yeah? The media don't give a either. They don't give a shit. They lie to their people's faces every day. They do not care. And this is why people have switched off. This is why their propaganda machine in the last election did not work.
And apparently, Fauci got a pardon too. Why? He didn't do anything wrong. The jab was fine, apparently. Why does he need a pardon? Because Donald Trump is secretly out to get him. Because Donald Trump is a dictator, and all he has to do is wave his finger, and he'll be thrown in jail. Is that how it works? If anybody thinks that's how it works, I'm sorry, you are an idiot. The president does not have the power to just wave his hand and somebody goes to jail. It has to go through due process. And as it goes through the process, it goes through people who are on the right and people on the left. Anyway, if Dr. Fauci has nothing to hide, why does he need a pardon?
If you're vaccinated, you really don't need to worry about getting it in a way that's serious or transmitting it.
That is true. That is correct, Chris. It'll either protect you completely against infection, and the chances are very likely that you'll not be able to transmit it to other people. The risk is extremely low of transmitting it to anybody else. Full stop. Vaccinated people are clearly capable of transmitting the infection.
I love this.
When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better.
I know people who are still wearing a mask. I think they're wearing it as a protest. And it's no good talking to these people. It's no good telling them that, hey, it's not me that's saying it. It's scientists that are saying this. So don't look at me and think I'm an idiot. These are the scientists who say, you're wasting your time.
If people are not wearing masks, then maybe we should be mandating it.
I often myself wear 2 masks.
Masks work at the margins, maybe 10%.
When these people talk, you have to listen clearly. The operative word here was maybe 10%. Once she said maybe, that means it could be 5, 3, 2, 1. She used the word maybe. Sometimes you got to slow down and listen to what people say. Oh, this may be 10%.
To hear that they only work at the margins, maybe 10%, would make a lot of people ask, okay, then why was I wearing a mask?
You're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science.
You're attacking science. Science. There's only one thing left to say to Joe Biden, and that is...
And that's all, folks.